Hello, this is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am here with none other than Scott MacNeil, who is joining us all the way from the sthof Community Food Centre. Scott, how are you today?
Great.
Now, please tell us a little bit about your role at the sthof Community Food Centre.
Sure. At the sthof, I'm the community chef, so I just oversee most of the food purchasing and meal production at the sthof.
Okay. And today we're going to be looking at onions.
Onions.
Are onions something you use a lot up at the sthof?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Every meal, and it's also one of our staple items that we give out in our food hamper and the food bank as well.
Oh, so what kind of quantities are we talking about?
We're usually purchasing about 6 50-pound bags a week.
Oh,
6 to
okay.
8. So 300, 350, 400 pounds a week.
So you're quite the expert when it comes to onions.
Sure. I think my volunteers might claim that they're more the expert. But.
So for those people who don't know, what is the sthof Community Food Centre?
We are a non-profit organization. We're kind of a food hub, so we offer a food bank and a drop-in center where we serve breakfast and lunch 4 days a week.
Okay.
On 1 day a week, we run a prenatal program, so we are closed for the normal breakfast and lunch. Right. And we serve about 150, 200 people per meal.
Really? That's actually a substantial amount of people. I didn't realize it was that large.
Yep.
Wow.
And we do about 100 to 150 food hampers a day as well.
Good Lord, that's actually a much more sizable operation than I thought it was.
We also have 2 community gardens. We have a greenhouse learning center and classroom. We have a community advocacy program as well, where we are helping people who reside within the community and use our services to gain skills to assist other community members with sort of advocacy issues they might have, housing, employment, social assistance.
Right, I see. Excellent. So it's actually quite a complex operation as well.
It is, yeah.
Wow.
Definitely.
So we're going to be looking at onions.
Yes.
All right, so let's get going. What do we have here? We have, believe it or not, an onion. And you have the Wüsthof chef's knife.
Yes.
Superb, from the Classic Ikon range.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Very nice knife.
Now, when it comes to a knife for cutting onions, is it always the chef's knife that you use?
Normally, yeah. I would use the chef's knife. It's the most versatile knife. So I'm just peeling the onion first. What I did, I cut the root off on this one because I'm going to julienne it.
Okay.
Which is kind of the normal way that we would cut the onion at work. Most of the time, because we're cutting so many onions, I just ask my volunteers to julienne the onion because it's the easiest cut and the fastest one. And probably results in less tears.
Okay.
So I like to follow the line of the onions. I always notice when volunteers start at the sthof, they always want to cut across this line. First day of cooking school, they taught us to cut with the line. I've made up a lot of reasons why. I'm not really sure. I did try to find out today, but I could not find out the reason for that. I do like to go at a bit of an angle into the center of the onion as well.
Yes, I see that, yeah.
To get a little more uniform. Otherwise you end up with like a fatter slice on the edges.
So that would be the standard cut.
That's your standard,
right.
Yeah. My eyes are tearing up a little bit already.
How do you avoid the whole issues with teary eyes?
Well, it's an ongoing problem. I usually recommend people just cut faster.
Right. Okay.
And I find a sharper knife is a good help for that.
Okay.
But there's no real solution. I've seen ski goggles. I've seen swimming goggles. Paper towel under the eyes. I've given people bread to chew. We can't rinse the onions, there's too many of them.
I've actually seen a thing on social media that was obviously a prank, but it said that you're supposed to rub lemon juice into your eyes as soon as you begin to feel the irritation of the onions.
That could work. So now I'll also cut what's called just a basic dice.
Yeah.
So this would be a little bit larger than what would be called a brunoise. You notice I'm not going all the way through the onion. So I've left the root of the onion on when I cleaned it.
Yep.
And that's to hold it together. Now you can do one cut for a dice. You just want to do one cut down the center.
Okay.
And then you're just going to cut the squares. Now, this would often go to stock, but I often use it up just because we have, you know, a lot of onions to cut.
Superb. Okay, so that's the, so what do we have here?
Like
This is the julienne, the dice?
This would be a dice,
Okay.
yeah, julienne.
And then the brunoise is the
Just a
smallest
finer,
cut? Okay.
yes, it's a finer cut. So you're basically doing the same thing as the dice, but you're cutting very closely. And you might want to do two
okay.
cuts like that. Holding it together is a little tricky. I don't usually make my volunteers do this. It takes a little more knife skills.
Right. Superb. Okay, so we have
finer dice.
How are your eyes treating you?
They're watering a lot. I think it has more to do with the onion, the age of the onion.
And is it the older onion that makes
I believe so, yeah.
Really? Okay.
More concentrated. But that's just my opinion. I don't know if it's fact.
Okay. Fantastic. So the stop also has some rather remarkable fundraising events throughout the year that are very much on the kind of culinary bent, are they not?
Yep, we really like to be closely involved with the culinary scene here, here in Toronto. And our big event coming up is Night Market, and that's going to be in June, middle of June.
Yep. That's always a great event.
It's a great event. And Big Night, as well as another big fundraiser for our Green Barn.
Oh,
that's going to be around the same time, maybe a week before.
Okay.
And Farms for Change is happening as well up in Creemore, which is a great fundraiser. It helps raise money for us and other community food centres to purchase food from the new farm.
If people would like to learn a little bit more about the Stop Community Food Centre, where would they be going?
They can go to our website, thestop.org, and all the information is there, all the contacts, and you can email anyone.
That's fantastic. Scott MacNeil from the Stop Community Food Centre, thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today.
Awesome.
Superb. See you soon.
See you soon.